So the movie is going to be released in home video really soon, and I read that one of the extras is focused on how you work from home due to the pandemic, filming the movie. And I mean, I work from home since everything is started, but I think it's quite different filming a movie from home. I would like to know if this experience brought something unique to the creative process.
I think so. I think, we went from one day to the next from working together in a studio, and part of our whole culture has to do with all being together in one building, every aspect of animation from idea. And that's our culture is built on being together and running into each other and being together in rooms. So there was a big translation to do. There was a lot of technology that supported us. We're in animation, so you can do it. We don't all have to be together shooting. But the things we learned a lot. We learned about just how much we can delegate to each other if we're very clear, because we couldn't meet as much. And yet the result was incredible. And part of what we heard from animators and others as they were coming off the film was how trusted they felt. So they how much even more they brought. And these were amazing artists. I think the key to being able to make the movie is the Disney Animation Studios crew, to be honest, and animators. But yeah, for me, definitely how to structure a day when you're doing Zoom is very different. Where to make breaks, the fact that everyone's at home with their family, how to accommodate that. So it was with each individual, how do we work with that? But I think the key to it, when we finally came together and saw it on a big screen, was the artistry is so amazing that what we missed on a small iPad wasn't mistakes. It was just gorgeous things. And yeah, the movie became about trust and the making, and as life imitating art.
And as you just said, one of the main theme of the movie is trust and the lack of trust. I would like to know, do you remember the first time in your professional life when someone gave you trust?
Oh, absolutely. I think, for me, I'm an immigrant. I grew up in Southeast Asia, and it was a dream to be able to work in American show business. And it was an act of trust for the people who hired me, as growing up, someone knowing nothing about American culture or the American way of being, and not necessarily having those shared experiences with them, to be able to write for an American audience. And I think, even with Disney, I'd never done an animated feature before, but the level of trust, given to me, Osnat was the one who first, met me and brought me in. But the trust in terms of like bringing the best we had to offer to the project, and also being able to see it in the time when we all had to work from home. And as Osnat said, without that security of being with each other, to be able to check each other for each other's work. And the directors, and always would say that every time we trusted each other to really bring our best work, people really rose to the occasion.
Yeah, I'd have to say for me, I think I worked in live action and documentaries. I was doing museum work. I'd done a lot of production, but I'd never done animation. And many years ago, I went to Pixar, and that the person there who hired me, the woman who was the head of production, her trust that my ability to do production will translate into animation. I got to learn animation at Pixar, which is amazing. But that was really telling for me. And it's something that I try to do as well with people coming in.
And I just wanted to say a little bit with Osnat of, encouraging, women in animation to really step up and fulfill those leadership roles, that she has a lot of faith in them. And sometimes for female creatives, especially, it's having someone who has faith in you and can see you that really helps you, take that next step.
And one of the aspects I really love about the movie is like food. Food is like a language in this movie, because it's a language that speaks about roots, connection, tradition. And I would like to know when food has become so central in the evolution of Raya and also in the evolution of the story.
I'm so glad you brought that up. Honestly, whenever you have a bunch of Asians together talking about story, one of the first things we think about is like, oh, where are the food scenes going to be? because it is such a part of how we grew up. In our families, it is our language of love. It is how parents show love to their children. It is whenever we have a big celebration, the first thing we think about is how we're going to bring everybody together and what we're going to make. So there's a fondness and a memory, for the writers, but also for the story artists and visual development, many of whom have Southeast Asian roots, and being able to share that with the movie. But the other, more profound aspect to food in our movie is that it is about bringing people together and unity, and how those differences, things that can make one tribe of people see the other as the enemy or someone different, but really when you pull them together, it makes something transcendent and better than our previous journals had a beautiful way of saying it, which is we are greater than the sum of our parts. And so I think that's why, selfishly as Southeast Asia, I think we have some of the best food in the world, because we have all these different influences from outside, from within, all these different cultures and races, being able to put it all together and creating something wonderful and special and new. So you'd see that also throughout the movie, all these different elements coming together, making these soups, these rolls, and so the food also became an allegory for our story.
And in fact, food let me think about unity and community. I'm Italian, and also for us, food is really important as a community. And I think how similar I am to Raya, even if we are from different tradition and roots. I think that this is a really great goal of the movie. You really show union and how much diversity can be a richness, something really important that connected people. And I think it's amazing. And I also found really interesting that in the movie there isn't a traditional love story, because Raya is a story about family, is a family love story, is a female friendship love story. And I would like to know, when did you decide to focus the movie on this type of relationships?
It was actually quite early. We had a sense of who, the beginning of a sense of who we wanted Raya to be. Obviously she evolved. Everything we do evolves. We screen the movie for ourselves, we change it, we rewrite, we take a lot of time in story, many years before we start putting things on the screen. So everything evolves. But quite early on, we knew who Raya was going to be, and we knew about the dragon. We had the Asian dragon, who later, as we started doing research, got more grounded in Southeast Asian inspiration. And the more we thought about the dragon, the more excited we were about making the dragon a female character as well. And the reason for that was we were excited about the relationship, being able to explore a female friendship, which surprisingly, it doesn't exist much in mainstream films yet. We're going to change that. But that was really super exciting for us. And then as we cast them, between Awkwafina and Kelly Marie Tran, and the kind of the energy between them, and Awkwafina's sort of sense of humor that comes with this great wisdom and emotional connection, availability, that developed more. And for Adele and I, we talk about this all the time. So what movies are we going to look at? What do we compare to? And the truth is, not much. So for us, that was really exciting, and everybody on the crew, male and female, embraced that as the key. And then add to that the relationship with Raya and Namari, which also deals in a certain kind of female friendship as well. Yeah, we were very excited to be.
Yeah, I would just add with the relationship that Raya has with Namari too. That there's that other side of female friendship where they are so close together as children, and things drive us apart. But they are also still, they understand that they are very much alike, and being able to explore that with again, another female relationship was a very unique opportunity.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you.
Thank you.